How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Let's talk a little Jake Browning. Well, let's talk about the holidays. First of all, took some days off. Hopefully everybody had a chance to kind of rejoice, enjoy the holidays. Didn't quite get everything you wanted for Christmas because the Bengals, a little bit. When I say a little chunk of coal, I'm talking like, something like that kind of action. Big old egg on the field against the Steelers. Going into that game, Bengals controlled the destiny, saying the Steelers' offense has just been atrocious. Slowed them down, make some plays offensively, moved the football up and down the field against a defense that is just plastered with injuries in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Doesn't happen. Now, the Bengals do move the football up and down the field. Problem is, they couldn't capitalize. They missed on a couple fourth downs. They made a couple bad throws by Jake Browning. And the defense did not have an answer at all for the second straight time this season. The Steelers right now, and I said this before, I was wondering, it's like, what does the AFC North know? What's these coaches know about the Cincinnati Bengals that no one else knows? Because you remember how many years it was, Baker Mayfield had no business being in the league. He'd walk in the Bengals, Cincinnati, and looked like an MVP. Now we're seeing that out of Pittsburgh quarterbacks. The Ravens have always been relatively successful against this Bengals offense or defense. What do they know that the rest of this league? Because you get out of the division. Even this year, Bengals 8-2 in division 0-5. And sometimes it makes you want to take these losses with a grain of salt. As ugly as they are, this ain't the first time they got plowed by Cleveland last year. They got plowed by the Ravens the year before, like ugly plowed. Went to the AFC Championship game and the Super Bowl. So it's like, how much credit do you put on those games? Because once you get out of the division, they look like a whole different football team. Obviously, you have to put a lot of weight on it going forward in the future. You want to win a division. You want to put yourself in a prime position to win a Super Bowl. You got to win those games. But from a week-to-week standpoint, what kind of weight do you put on that compared to just saying something about these teams Zach Taylor does not have an answer for? Jake Browning, though, interception. He was making some bad throws in this game. Some really ill-advised throws. There wasn't nobody in there. You kind of see him extend the play. And I think that was the thing. He's like, he's trying to fill the void of Joe Burrow, and he might be trying to do too much. Where it's like, I got to extend the play and try to make a play. And he is, to an extent, starting to extend the play. The problem is he's extending those plays, and he's making mistakes. The pressure in his face against Pittsburgh was a prime example of that, where he is making some bad mistakes, where the ball was just, nowhere close, double coverage, triple coverage, no one in the area. And it makes you wonder, and it makes you stop and say, okay, was we riding a Jake Browning high? Is it time we go back downhill and he kind of shows us that he is the backup quarterback that he truly is? Or do we stop and say, hey, this was a Pittsburgh Steelers team that gave him fits the first time. This is a Pittsburgh Steelers team that gives the Bengals fits defensively. And maybe it's just a bad game. I ask everyone this question. If this was Joe Burrow in his fifth game in the NFL, and he made those plays, are we scrutinizing him right now? Are we questioning his ability to be a starting quarterback? Are we worried about him, or do we give him the benefit of the doubt? I think we do the latter. I think we proved that we did the latter. There was some times in Burrow's rookie year where again, the pressure was killing. He was trying to do too much with too little, and he was just forcing passes every once in a while. I don't think it was to the... I don't remember. I can't recall now. I was going to say it's not the same thing, but then again, Jake Browning's been throwing dimes. He's been throwing dots, much like young Joe Burrow was. The question is, can he clean up some of those mistakes? Can he not force the ball? Because I think the difference in him and, Burrow is Burrow might have been extending those plays, forcing the ball down the field, not in field goal range kind of situation where they said, we got to try to make a play and do something anyway. But especially late in the games, I do recall it happening, though, where Joe Burrow did make some mistakes, some boneheaded plays early in his career, and you say, can Jake Browning clean those up, and how quickly will he clean those up as a student of the game? Or can we see that next week? Can we see him clean it up in a week? Because he needs to do it. He really needs to do it in these next two games. He knows it. I mean, his career's on the line. He has to put on a show these next two games, open some eyes across the league. If he falters and falls on his face, he might just kind of trickle back down the cracks. I want to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. I've seen enough out of him. I've seen the accuracy be good enough. I've seen him get rid of the football and his decision-making be quick enough to say, hey, he can still figure this out. And we have to be very patient with Jake Browning. I take that back. We don't be patient at all. There's 2 games left in the season. But I think we need to be patient and to understand where we don't jump the gun and jump on this guy and say he can make it happen still. He's got to make it happen quickly, though. I think he can. A little bit more time this week to kind of figure things out. You're going to go against the Kansas City defense that's been playing very good football. But if he can get his full complement of weapons back, he's had some more time. That's the one thing. My offensive line's been playing a lot better. I mean, he's holding on to the football a little bit sometimes, but we're seeing the pockets a little cleaner than we were seeing early this season, which is great. Cordell Wilson's been playing stellar. We'll see if this team can put some things together. I'm still on a Jake Browning hype train now. Still believe in this guy. We'll see what he can do. Love y'all's thoughts. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.